Now, Burger King has agreed to pay their tomato pickers closer to a minimum wage. Insurrection does work. In other words, insurrection of the wallet in this case. United Students Against Sweatshops has even gotten people like University of Oregon and Duke University to quit making their rah, 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 go football team, go basketball team swag in overseas sweatshops and get them made where the people get treated okay in the factories. Safeway and Vons, at least in California, publicly announced they won't carry any more milk with bovine growth hormone in it. No more second graders developing breasts and no more sinus infections for me, hopefully. And they said it was in response to consumer pressure, and I don't recall a single public campaign against this targeting Safeway, but somehow it happened anyway. And even in Florida, they've banned touchscreen voting machines. As the panel on ES&S points out, that alone does not solve the problem, but it does mean that even if the corporate media won't cover vote fraud and the Barack star won't say one thing about it, well, somebody did and it worked. You know, don't let the farty old left or the right ever convince you that, you know, the war about from the bottom against the top and most of us against a few billionaires and all, it's all about the battle of the proletariat against the big bad fascist pigs. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to have meetings, God damn it. No! I mean, it isn't all fun and games, but resistance should at least have some joy in it, right? Even if it's as little as me emceeing this big-ass anti-war protest concert in Washington, D.C. in 2005, and that was an interesting time there in the dressing room tent. Oh my God, there's Al Sharpton, there's Ian MacKaye, there's Brother Wayne Kramer, there's Maxine Waters, there's Jesse Jackson, there's Matigre, there's, Joan Baez. Wow, 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 wow. But I went on stage to introduce one of them, and there was a kid who could have been more than 13 holding up a sign with a big grin on their face, Dick Cheney kills kittens. There are some other great ones there people having fun with. Will someone give the president a blowjob so he can be impeached? Or, after what had happened a few days before, no Iraqi ever left me on a roof to die. That one was pretty good, too. I mean, doing something is better than doing nothing. Every time. I mean, don't let the more radical than thou ever convince you that just because you're not doing as much as they're doing or the same thing they're doing that you might as well not do anything at all. Wrong. Doing something's better than doing nothing. It can be as simple as just making a little vow to yourself, if you so desire, I'm not cooperating with corporations or their agenda anymore. They can't have me. And that means don't give them your money anymore. No more money to chain stores. No more money to chain restaurants. Put the money in the local businesses that keep the money and the jobs in the community instead. And even at the independent stores, start kind of keeping track of how many products you buy that are made by global corporate predators that you can do without. I mean, does Coca-Cola taste as good as it did when you were a kid? And how much does Budweiser or Coors have in common with decent beer? Or another easy one, who's done some of the worst damage to our society as well by funding all these hate groups and shit, as well as creating Jesse Helms out of thin air and ripping apart third world economies? Tobacco companies. Boycott cigarettes. And your breath may even smell good during sex. You never know. There are benefits. I mean, this could be like drugs or tattoos. The more you do it, the more you want to go further. I haven't eaten at McDonald's in about 30 years. Yeah. Why is that even worth applauding? How hard is it to not eat at McDonald's when they suck so bad? Right, okay. If I don't want to eat at McDonald's, then why should I eat at Burger King? Why should I eat at Wendy's? I've never eaten at Wendy's in my life.